Hello and welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 1st of March for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. If you've ever thought about having a one-to-one with me, a consultation, please see the link beneath this video. You can check out my testimonials. Or if you'd like to ascend from sun sign astrology to more serious astrology in an affordable way, please see the link below for my personal horoscope reports. Based on your time, date and place of birth, totally unique to you, you can get a year's forecast and a character analysis, 30% off special offer. Hello Pisces and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 1st of March. Of course, we're in Pisces season with the Sun in your sign, along with the glorious Venus and the magical energies of your co-ruler Neptune. And they're all going to be playing a big part this week. First up, Venus is forging a dazzling alliance with Uranus. And Uranus is in the part of your horoscope to do with everyday conversations. It can be linked to technology in this area, can be linked to neighbours, your community, or even siblings. But some kind of surprise around a rapport or a relationship or a text message or email can delight you this week. And it's possible that there could even be a spark of attraction involved in this particular situation. But also, because Uranus is in the part of your situation to do with how you think and has been in conflict with Saturn for the whole of this year pretty well, and will be for the first half of this year and the last 5 weeks, the part of your situation which is more hidden, the more psychological needs we all have, anything to do with the past that's perhaps unresolved, has created some tensions, I feel. If you're not quite at peace with some of the things that you have experienced in your situation, then I feel that you are being asked to look at them. But Venus in this much more helpful alliance with Uranus suggests that a conversation could reveal an angle, a slant, a perspective that's very unexpected, that actually is almost like a light bulb moment. It really gives you a clearer sense of understanding about a relationship, or how you've been around relationships, or how you'd like to reinvigorate one that you're involved with at the current time. Now, the 11th house of your situation is governed by Capricorn, and this continues to have Pluto in this area and will do through to 23. It will then move into Aquarius, goes back into Capricorn before going into Aquarius in 24. So big changes are coming still for you. But on Monday and Tuesday of this week, Pluto's forging a glorious alliance with Mars still. Now this was occurring last week as well. So those ideas you've got, if they're very much linked to a clear vision for where your future direction is going, and also your highest held beliefs and ideals, do you know, there's still a chance to power into this new week using the momentum that you were gaining last week, especially with Venus entering into your sign and helping you to perhaps come into the moment, draw a line in the sand about a relationship or a situation that's caused sadness to you in the past. So now there's even more potential to use the platform they provide on Monday and Tuesday to bounce forwards even more. But you know, you could still hear something of a confidential nature, or you could do some research, or you could gain a greater perspective of your philosophical or spiritual needs, because Mercury and Jupiter are very tightly bound together for the whole of this week. If you do work in an institution, such as a hospital, a government department, perhaps an offenders institute, or you work in some kind of care environment or healing environment, this combination is really good. So if you're applying for a job in those areas, for example, you could have a real stroke of fortune, or someone can acknowledge and and let you know how appreciative they are. Do you know, it might not be that you're going to get a big slab of money or an official recognition. It may be as simple as someone saying, thank you so much, you did a great job. And that recognition and acknowledgement can make your heart really glow. But also, you could find out information on your own part through investigating perhaps some kind of new way of approaching your psychological or emotional health. There may be some kind of spiritual dimension that you can still embrace to grow your consciousness in a very positive way with their help. Now, on Thursday, Mars then does relocate. But from the 7th of January this year, it has been in a really mightily awkward and quite honestly, a really quite stressful right angle with a series of influences in that part of your situation, which is to do with fears and anxieties. And I think if you have felt stressed out at the start of this year, it wouldn't be a surprise. So Mars moving on Thursday into your 4th house, where it will be for 6 weeks, can see you really feeling much more motivated, particularly if you're making changes to where you live or even considering actually moving. If you're in the northern hemisphere, Mars moving into this area may see you want to get out more, exercise near stretches of water, river, lake, the sea. Or it could be that if you can get in your outdoor space, you can start preparing your that space for the spring season, and that can actually be very satisfying. But Mars is going to go on to forge some much more helpful links. And I think if you are looking for good news around where you live or better news about how you feel about yourself, I think it's all coming over the next 6 weeks. Now, it is true that there is a quarter moon on a Saturday in a part of your horoscope which will make it difficult for you to conceal how you feel. Now, that's not to say that you go around being secretive, but we all at times do need to give ourselves the opportunity to process feelings and emotions and even our more logical thoughts. So if we were given a running commentary to everybody, that would be rather awkward. But the position of the quarter moon suggests that it will be more difficult, whatever you're feeling, whether it's a positive mindset or a more challenged one, it's going to be more difficult for others not to sense how you're feeling because the moon's so close to the surface in your 10th house. But it is forging the quarter moon not just with the sun in your sign, but also with Neptune. And Neptune is going to be very influential this month, and actually in a very positive way on the whole. Because if we think about how Neptune was squaring up with the North Node from the end of October, peaking on the 6th of January, it really has been quite a difficult aspect for us all. The North Node is, if you like, the collective direction of travel of us all. And that is in Gemini and will be till early 22. And that's asking us all to think about how we express our ideas. You know, the whole debate around social media is very much part of the narrative that's coming from that North Node transit. But also, we're being asked to think about how we express our thoughts and ideas, because you know we live in a world where if anyone's got an opinion they can just go on Twitter and share it, but perhaps we don't always recognize that there's a human dimension. You're probably much more skillful than a lot of people in that regard because you can be so sensitive. So when we fire a comment out, I think the North Node squaring up with Neptune has created a sense of distortion. So whether it's fake news, whether it's propaganda almost, that we feel that we're being fed, or it gets very difficult to get to the facts of situations, that's something that we've all felt rather alienated by. But I think because the North Node is inverting inside the square to Neptune, greater clarity is coming. So Neptune went through that very difficult phase over those 3 or 4 months, very confusing, very potentially distracting. But I feel this quarter moon could have a little bit of the element of that. So you may find someone who's older, it could be a parent, it could be someone you encounter, or it could be someone younger, conversely, may have a point of view which is in sharp contrast to yours, and it could feel quite hurtful because Neptune is so close to your sun, and you can feel really affected by this, and it can drain you out. So I think to try to refine the point I'm trying to express, if you have a conversation at the end of this week or during the next week, and it is about your place in the world, try to just protect yourself a little bit, because someone could, we get it all the time. People might share something about a video and say, oh, you look really tired. But actually they're being very caring. Now that's how I take it. Elisa may take it that she doesn't look very good. So we all receive information in different ways. So just be aware that your sensitivity is really going to be heightened as this week draws to a close, but particularly around communications with people who have influence, and perhaps also linked to your work. But if you are creative, you are a more sensitive person, and you wanted to make progress in the world on your terms, I still think that this week, on the whole, is a really excellent week for you. So stay safe, take care, and goodbye.